remember. Cips clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell. Alrighty, boob tubes and beyond. Another one of Cips clips. So let's see if I can remember the buttons, how to work this. Earlier on, I done a quick video about the divide and conquer, which this isn't just some throwaway truther saying, although it's turned into that, you know, it's watered down. People say shit without even fucking analysing where it means, the etymology of it, where it comes from, and how it is morphed into the modern day version of it. I mean, you just oh, I could say a million one things, but anyway, I thought I would do a wee bit more of a slower, calmer down one, where I'm not like blah 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 TikTok. Whew, that shit's fucking. God only knows what the youth tomorrow and tomorrow's world shit will be like, when all they're doing is consuming that. I thought my generation had it bad, with the advent of Bebo, Baluba, MySpace, Facebag, BoobTubes, the rest of it, you know? And that was bad enough to fucking wire our brains wonky. Never mind fucking. It's fucking meta. And here, look, I'm new to the old wee short clips. I can see why they're so popular. I never got it when they all first started exploding, but I now do get it. You can sit and stroll through that fucking tickety talk fucking YouTube short wall fucking endlessly, and you'll find you're like, oh, okay, just give a homeless cunt $1 million. They're just getting sucked in either way. I mean, it's entertaining, but it's a one-trick pony, innit? How many homeless people do you need to give money away to get 1 million viewers, 1 million followers? It's the game nowadays, isn't it? Anyway. As I said, a wee bit of a slower version. So, are we ruled and governed by the majority with our consent? I touched on this earlier on and battered out the facts and figures. I've broke it down a wee bit more in depth just to get people's jaws on the floor to understand you can't participate in a system that is designed for you to participate in it and fail. The system will not set you free ever. You have to reject the system, take your consent and power, take your ball back if you please. Oh. Tickety tuck and you don't stop. Fucking never prepared nowadays, man. I forget. Lost my flow. You need to take your ball back, your power, your consent, and take it into your own playing field, your own park, and go, right, what are we going to do now? Let's play your own game, right? And beyond that point, I've no thought about it. But until we get to that point on our own park, with our own ball, with our own power, with our own consent, and going like that and setting up fences, or just go like that, like you can't. Anyway, without us getting to that point, there is no point. If you're playing their game, you're playing by their rules, and by their, I'm talking about the ruling elites all over the world, who within themselves have all sorts of fractured fucking structures and all that, too complicated for anybody to understand. But it all boils down to money and power and money. Power is money and money is power, so on and so forth. The snake feeding itself. Anywho, come this general election, they're going to generate their consent to continue on with this charade, yet again, by getting your signature, the signature of an idiot, an X, in that voting station, in that polling booth, if you're going to participate. Oh, I'll vote for the Greens, I'll vote for the Raven Lunan Party, oh, I'm going to start up my own party and all that and take over the world. Good job with that. Good job with that. So, I've said this 1,000,001 times. Vote us, not them. Get a box with a hole in it. Stand next to your local polling station, preferably, and say to people walking in, do you want to vote us, not them? What do you mean? Take and say exactly what I said there. Take your consent away. Just go out of the system. Screw you. Now, I've got my utopia, my ruby red slipper moment would be to have people at every polling station all over the UK with their own box saying vote us, not them. Couldn't police it. Could not police it. They've not got enough riot squads. They've not got enough cars. They've not got enough meat wagons. They've not got enough helicopters. They've not got enough police cells. Right? They wouldn't know where to go to. Where's all this big crowd that we can fucking easily just beat down with our batons and shields and fucking tear gas? Doesn't exist. There's a fucking... And it's the most peacefulest thing you can do. Just we're taking away your democracy and the consent we're giving to your democracy, and we're taking our ball back, and we're going to fucking rewrite the rules the way we want them. We're going to write the rules that they empower us, that benefit us, and not the small, very, very, very small fraction of fucking the population of this planet that sit above us all with their piles of fucking cash, going, I love this capitalism shit. Woohoo! Give me more! More money, more power, more money, you get me? Right, circles within circles. So, that's my idea, right? That's my ruby red slipper moment. Police couldn't stop it. Then what are the politicians going to do? What are the politicians going to do? Yes, we govern and police by consent. No, you don't. No, you don't. We've got more people voting in our fucking box than your stupid fucking box. Anyway, let's look at the figures. Now, I'm shit at maths, so do your own stuff. Right, but we stay in a country of over 66 million people. I checked it's now 67, but when I done the numbers and all that, I stuck with 66, sorry. So let's stick with 66 million. Now, of that 66 million, 40 million are people who are registered to vote, right? Let me get this right here. Now, of those 40 million that are registered to vote, only 67%, 67 people, not much above 1 in fucking 6 in 10, fuck's sake, just a ball hair above the population, actually even want to fucking participate in this charade, or the people who are actually registered to vote in the first place. So, the amount of people that voted in the last general election was 26.8 million. That's the people who participated in this charade. Everybody else is like, what's the point? And then I do understand you need to take into consideration people that are underage, people that can't vote for whatever reason, so on and so forth. Now, let me get this right. I broke this down. Now, of that 26.8 million, it was only 30%. 30% of that 26.8 million that voted for the Conservatives. 30%. 30% of fucking a small percentage of the fucking population in the first place. So, you see how this is going down? Now, if you take into consideration the people who are registered to vote, they'll say that they got 43% of the popular vote. But that's skiffing the numbers, because they don't want to approach this subject. They don't want to break these numbers down and see that we're ruled by a very, very, very small proportion of this fucking country, of the people that are willing to participate. So, they break down the 13 point, like, let's call it forgot all my numbers now. Right, alright, so like 1%, there's 2%, so 20%. So it was under, the whole pot was 66 million, it was under 20%. Under 20% voted Conservative. Right? That just shows you democracy, aka DEMOCRA-SCAM. It doesn't work. The system ain't broke, people. It's working perfectly. As I said, divide and conquer. I mean, can anybody get into a conversation about anything nowadays without wanting to tear people's heads off? Do you remember in the good old days, before every kid was a fucking smart ass because of Google, and you would sit around the kitchen table, or you would go out for dinner or at the pub or something, and the rule would be no politics, you know, because people wanted to get on. There was a general air of, here, I don't need to tear your face off if you're the opposite side of fucking X, Y, and Z than me. I've got my opinion. You've got your opinion. And I respect that shit. That don't go no more, motherfucker. And no matter where you sit on the spectrum, left, right, whether you're even ball hair and centre, there is shit out there to trigger you. And again, go and break down the numbers, folks. Go and break down the numbers. Look at this tranny thing that's going on right now, and how everybody who thinks they watch independent media is getting all riled up with this one thing. Now, I can hear people even getting triggered. I can see people even getting triggered by me saying that, in a sense. They'll be now shouting at me like, do you want drag queens teaching our kids porn? It's all the same shit coming off the same people. Well, if we're going to have a debate about that, let's talk about it, right? But don't just start fucking monkeys throwing shit at each other, right? And assuming this and assuming that and assuming this and assuming that. Because where do we end up? We end up in all this social media bullshit fucking TikTok videos. Scroll down the TikTok, man, and it's like, obviously, like, they learn your algos and the shit that you fucking might click on every now and again. And what happens? What continually happens? If he keeps throwing you out all these trans people and all these right-wing people fucking bamboozling the woke with fucking logic and shit, do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's shooting fish in a barrel, and it's all for content to throw online, to give other people the ability to fucking trigger everybody, so we're all fighting. You know, like, see, in the good old days, what would happen is everybody would have a point of view. You would be wherever you are in the spectrum, and you would sit down and have a debate and hopefully come to some sort of a understanding, compromise, agree to disagree, so on and so forth. Right? Nowadays, that don't happen. That people do not have room for opposite opinions in their head anymore. It's just an absolute fact, unfortunately. Right, okie dokes. Well, thank you for tuning in, and if you do appreciate that, over 10 minutes won't be going on the TikToks. Make sure you thumbs it up, sub and all that stupid jazz. And depending on what happens, if I get a better offer, I might be doing that Prince Charles breakdown bullcrap tomorrow night. Might even do it tonight, depending on what happens. We'll see how it goes. I've got shit to do, as they do say. So just to recap, man, I'm just talking about the divide and conquer. People out there in the internet land who think they're wiser than the average bear because I don't watch TV, but I watch fucking the internet 24/7. Huh? Yogi? I don't know, man. It cracks me up. People are unaware to self-analyse or analyse their own behaviour and their participation in all this stuff, and they're willing to just what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I used to know all this crap off by fucking heart. Confirmation bias. That's what I'm talking about. Rather than actually like bouncing up and fucking assessing shit, weighing it up and coming to your own conclusion, you take the stuff which confirms what you want and fucking disregard all the other stuff which doesn't confirm what you want. Flat Earthers is a good example. I mean, like, people, we stay in a world where people who believe the Earth is flat, think they're wiser than the average bear. Wake up, folks. Watch YouTube for a day, man, and just fucking watch truthers on YouTube for a day, right? Half of them are just on the take, you know, but a lot of them fall for the fucking talking heads, or they turn into them. Just bumping their gums. And it's, I don't know. Each to their own, as they do say. Well, in fact, I'm pretty sure it is fruitless. You know what I mean? Like, just look at the numbers, folks. Where people are getting their information from. People who think they're sub to the right people on TikTok think they're woke or awake, whatever definition you want to use. Whatever PR branding you may prefer. Because even that woke, I'm awake. See, I don't even remember speaking like that myself back in the day when I was bored deep. Is he awake? I.e., does he watch conspiracy stuff on YouTube? That's what that genuinely kind of brought, or whatever other fountain of knowledge was out there, winding up fucking people like myself who were fucking stupid, gullible, probably in a very low place, and willing to believe any old shit to blame it on everybody apart from themselves. It's funny, man. And no self-awareness, no ability to actually look at yourself. But anywho, any other bullcrap I want to get off my chest because I'm not at a time limit now. Right, what's happening in the world? All these... talking about the divide and conquer and the polarisation. Even these... what's it branded? The ULEZ zones and stuff like that. You know, and like... I don't see any of these topics that are put out there for the activists to rally around can't be broken down into political or religious agendas. The ULEZ is political, it's right versus left, isn't it? And why does the left versus the right thing? What does it mean? Does it mean one of them want to kill the planet and one of them want to save it? Or is there something else going on? Well, here's my argument. If you think of the old world order, right, and I'm predominantly talking about the order where the American-British relationship, the American-British Empire relationship ruled the waves. Everybody was subservient to the British Empire. Fucking conquered fucking all over the world, man. Every fucking important port in a storeroom. British Empire. Oh, hold on, wrong way. British Empire. Oh fuck, I'm going to break my desk. So, what did the British Empire do? Right, they had the best navy in the world, so they went all around the world, looking at the maps, doing geological surveys, seeing where all the best fucking water, gold, minerals, forestation, etc., ports, and land bits and bobs, you know, like the list goes on and on and on and on, and they would have went out and surveyed it, and put a ring round it and fucking put it in list of importance and then went and conquered it all. Right? I mean, we've still got Jamaica in the fucking Commonwealth or British Empire. No, in fact, they're a realm. That's one thing. Note to self, I need to go and check out the difference between a Commonwealth and a realm. Jamaica's still a realm of the British Empire. But I digress. And look whose flag they've got. The Scottish flag, just with cooler colours. So I digress. So went out and got all the resources, and I'm pretty back then they understood about the petroleum fucking thing, the oil and all that as well, right? Now that transpired into like now the old world orders. What was their biggest trades? Slaves. I don't know why I find that funny. Tobacco. That's why Glasgow had more rich tobacco lords than anybody else. But you get my point here. All the old world resources transformed to today, and these arguments we've got going on between the left and the right. Look at the political argument between banning smoking. Oh my God, let people fucking kill themselves if they want. How dare you tell me I can't fucking have a smoke right next to somebody who doesn't want to smoke half a fag when they're eating their food and shit. That's well out of order. Left-right politics, economic divisions, people that want the money, the trade to go elsewhere. And remember, people assume the Illuminati's like one table with everybody sitting round fucking saying kumbaya. It's a lot of very rich people with a lot of pools of wealth and power way back when, long before we could even understand, sitting under the table, funding all these groups, and it's a struggle for resources and what resource to use, so on and so forth. Fast forward to today, as I said, and this oil thing that's going on. See this electrical car fucking thing? It is retarded. What these protesters, and if you look at them, they're all fucking absolutely, they've had fucking lobotomies by fucking groups online winding each other up. It's going, the world's going to die tomorrow. If you think there's people out there who believe that the world's genuinely going to end tomorrow and they're still going like, yeah, you're fucking retarded in my opinion. But anyway, I digress. So again, as of then, when the British Empire and the fellow European empires who were subservient to the British Empire because we had the biggest balls, but we pissed up, highest against the wall, bounced all over the world, fenced off all the fucking good resources and went, you know what, there is. There is. And then obviously we had there was the end of colonialism, wasn't there? Or was there just neo-colonialism, which turned into national colonialism? There was then a corporate colonialism, so there was just a transference. They couldn't get their power back. And if you think the Commonwealth countries are subservient to the crown, I'd suggest think again. So as of then, as of now, and people get wrapped up in the politics of it because of the online media, which, I've turned my television off. Oh, flippity flu. I don't fucking watch TV. Oh, as we would say up here. People probably don't get that. But hey, the internet is the new mainstream media. It's fucking television on steroids, with the ability to not only control you, to get into like fucking micromanage you. Right, the TV is able to control the masses and such, because they need to speak in big, broad brush strokes. The internet can get a wee fine fucking scalpel right in there like that. And if you look what's happened, that's exactly what they've done. And they've fucking got that scalpel in there like a fucking a sushi. Can I say that right? The more I think about it, the more I'm going to say it wrong. A sushi chef. Fucking easy for me to say, man. And they've been like, and they've sliced it into so many little fishy bits. There's a little bit of sushi for every cunt. And if you eat that sushi, it'll keep me eating the sushi all day long. And again, instead of coming together, with agreeing that we all do, the system is serving some other smaller groups rather than the masses. Go and do your numbers. I broke them down earlier on. And we might get somewhere if we come together without getting polarised by bullshit that nobody's willing to actually really analyse. Like, why would this be happening? Right, let's say there isn't a group out there who doesn't care the world is going to end if we don't fucking stop petrol cars. If there isn't, why? and if that group who thinks the world is going to end but they're wrong, why is there people out there fucking propagating it? Economics, motherfuckers. All about the money, money, money. It's all about the money, money, money. Forget the song. I just want to make the world dance like a fucking hookah. Anyway, oh fuck, I've not even drunk my tea. Talking too much pish. But anyway, right, so before I go, might as well think if there's anything else any other pish I want to talk about. Alright, so I come together, like put our mouses down, folks, right? Put your fucking, I don't like fucking guys in dresses and all that to the side. They are small potatoes. Small potatoes. And do you know the system that's run by the Illuminati? They want us to be arguing about that 24/7. We are Peugeot sticks out. Fucking people driving cars into retard protesters on the streets and all that. Woohoo! Love it, baby. Let me gobble that shit up. And I think if you can't see that, you're ignorant and just a wee bit of sheepish. Just a wee bit sheepish to steal a truther industrial complex. Term. Oh shit, hold on. I need to get a wee thingy me from behind me. Anywho. So, is there anything that anybody's actually watching that wants to say? Is anything I'm saying make any sense? I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm just telling you my crazy point of view. And why. And the weird thing is, I don't even hear anybody else out there saying this at all. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Right? Because I've made that mistake before. Fucking everybody's fucking out there, internet fucking stalking you, want to fucking prove you wrong to a 0.2 of the fucking decimal point. So the system gets consent to continue no matter what political party is in, by getting you to vote. I've broke down the numbers. The people who are in control right now only had 20% of this country voting for them. 2 in 10. 2 in 10. So imagine, right? All those other 8 people, not the 2 that votes, they can still vote. I'm not want to take anybody's right away. I don't want to fucking stand in a line and start barging people down with cars or any retarded shit like that. But imagine those other 8 people turned up at our box, right next to the polling station, just sticking a bit of paper saying, vote us, not them. Don't even need your name or a number, just to demonstrate that we're not ruled and controlled. Ruled and governed by consent. As we are told when we question the positions, the people in positions of power, I might say. But what are you going to do about it? Well, I just fucking said that. Fuck's sake. You just turn on or something? I just told you. Fuck's sake. It's just like speaking to my ma. She's got an excuse of being old. You're an old guy. nice to see a comment, man, but I'd rather one that was a... I'm not willing to repeat the last however minutes I've fucking just spoke. Anyway, I'm going to do a wee vape, finish my tea, and then I'll do the off ski. So, banned TV. What I'm going to do about it is I'm going to get a shoebox, cut a hole in it, stand next to a polling station, and ask people to vote in my box, not the government's box. And my ruby red slipper moment, and again I'm repeating myself, is when more people put their tick, their X in my box, as opposed to the government's box, and then we take away their consent, and they can't stand in front of us and say, we rule and govern by consent. What happens at that point? My utopian mind has not thought. But again, by that point, you got the numbers, everybody's spread out, and the police can't police it. By that point, the police know, half the police feel the same way. Fucking systems. The system isn't corrupt, it's working perfectly. There's no correcting this system from within or by protesting. The system allows you to protest, that's why when you know it's fucking sanctioned. Gabby Greyhips. You look some sort of Gandalf, man. Alright, my man, or my lass. How you doing? So, banned TV, that's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. I've done it before, and I'm going to do it again. And the last time I done it, the people in the polling station phoned the police. The police came and went, can you please stop calling it the real election? Because I was saying to people, you want to vote in the real election? And no their election. And that's what happened. That was a good day. It's a rigged game and rigged against us. God's little helper. That's my point exactly. It's my whole point. Take our ball back. Take our power back. Our consent. Take it into our playing field. And say, we're not playing by your rules anymore. You don't need to hit them. You don't need to fucking burn any buildings down. You just say, look, listen, this game's retarded. No matter what we do, no matter how well we play, how well we behave, we're never going to be as good as Man City. I mean, that team over there. It's the people who work in it. But Gabby, it's so, the whole system and every institution within it is so compartmentalised. Let's think of it as a big Illuminati pyramidic structure. And a boom, 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 boom. So you can't go like that, right? I'm gonna get to the top of the pyramid and change shit for the better by starting down there and going like playing Mario and going boop, 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 boop. What you do is go, I don't like pyramids, I'm going to go over here and live in the hill. Does that make any sense to anybody, or am I just speaking pish? Which, by the way, is a strong possibility. Shit, oh no. Have I fucked up here? I'm distracted. No, I haven't, thank fuck. I don't know if I put the wrong bullet in. It's a neutral bullet. Right. Aye, finish my tea, have another vape, and then go enjoy my evening. It's getting dinner time-ish, and I'm going to have something nice tonight. I might treat myself to a steak if I can be asked. So, and if you are watching and appreciate any of these ramblings of a... What's that film called? Something of an inadequate mind or something. I'm shite with fucking films names and all that. Fuck you, Netflix. I'll never remember an album, an artist, a song name ever again ever again. I just need to put in the lyrics I know into Google. Oh, that's the one. Boom. Need to do that every time. Same with phone numbers, man. Need to back that shit up or we're all fucked. Right, so what other pish can I talk about? Oh, it's just some ideas for stupid TikTok videos, man. Honestly, I can see how that's so absorbing and how I've got such a stupid, immature sense of humour. But see all the fun without the play. There's no balance there, man. See if it's like fun, not fear, man. You can have a wee bit of fear, but fucking hell, there's no fucking balance. You're sitting there getting sucked into fear 24/7, and then you're on the alternative media, which, by the way, is the mainstream media now. Psh. And they're filling your head with fucking fear and saying it's the mainstream media's fault. The mainstream media's saying, those truthers and all that, and then filling your head with fucking fear. There is no escape by constantly consuming media upon media upon media and upon media, and then there is no difference listening to somebody like myself or anybody else group of people sitting around bumping their gums about that media. You know, and nobody can see the well, not nobody. A lot of people can't see the irony about them doing this and participating in it on a fucking daily, constant basis, and where it takes your head. Takes your head into the toilet, and then it's hard to pull out. And once you pull it out, you're like, whoa, my head was down the toilet. I was watching RT and think they were telling me the truth. Well, God's little helper. I don't know what particular bit of pish I was spewing there that you agree with, but I agree with it too. And hey ho, hopefully tonight or tomorrow I'll do the breakdown of all the Prince Charles getting into fucking what's the abbey called? Shit. Fucking talk about a brain fart. Westminster Abbey, fuck's sake. How can you forget that crap? So, tonight, tomorrow, calendar and motivational wise dependent. I've not got much of the Mayans MC left to do on the old Disney Plus. So, it might be quicker doing that than trying to find something else to watch on all those fucking streaming services that were so great, but now fucking cost you fucking more than your TV license if you pay it, and you should. So, hopefully, I'll be doing that tonight or tomorrow. Everything dependent. So, if you bounce in and want me to summarise any of the figures, again, feel free to ask. But I have rattled them off a good few times. But I'm always happy to repeat myself. And it is always good to repeat yourself because it gets it drummed in. But I had all these figures drummed in for back in the day. Affect the television. Mate, the television is less dangerous than the internet. Right? But I'm with you. You need to understand what the TV is. Right? I'll tell you how I can explain it in layman's terms. This is meant to be funny. I used to play a game. I used to love it, man. Back in the day called Command and Conquer. I think you can still get it. And new variations and all that. And there'd be two sides, the Allies and the Soviets, obviously. So, long and the short of it is they had kind of different weapons and fucking things to defend your base. And I'm pretty sure it was the Soviets that used to have this tower that would put up, right? And any fucking troops that get put into it would come under the Soviet spell. And they were just talking about the radio, was the initial cantation of it, wasn't it? Into everybody's home. Just tell them anything you want. Just don't tell them you're lying to them or trying to persuade them one way or the other. A very wise man who turned out maybe not to be so wise, or more of a political agent, once said, they might not tell you what to think, but they tell you what to think about. Think about it. Here every night, folks. But honestly, just think about that, right? So, you bounce around the internet, all the channels that you're into, all independently chose and all that, and your file recommended it, it's great, and you go to the podcast and the live streams and it's great, and everybody's a fucking circle jerk and everybody's stroking each other's good parts and all that. Everybody, regardless of where they're coming from in the political spectrum, are talking about the same fucking topics. Thus, if you're left or right, or anything in between, you're arguing. And boom shakalaka, take it back to the divide and conquer. Oh, I don't know, man. Like, that's why I think I'm a bit crazy, because see, that shit makes perfect sense to me. Not only does it make sense, I feel I've witnessed it in the real world. We're doing about 10 years of solid YouTube, exposing yourself to all sorts of this shite for fucking on a daily basis, constantly for about 10 years. Putting that over other things in my life. So it was an addiction. Right? It was an addiction. And how is it I've heard that explained? You definitely know it's an addiction when you're putting it in front of other priorities in your life. In fact, if it's your number one priority. And I would argue that's why you find a lot of truthers might fall out or have arguments with their families all the time, because they can't handle their families going, I think you're a crackpot, and they're just going, make themselves look like a crackpot. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt and lost it, unfortunately. But anyway, if it weren't for the birth certificate, aye, God's little helper, sorry. I get you, man. That's how they bagged and tagged you. And like, you can go into the esoterical side of that, right? Which typically leads you down the good versus evil, the God versus devil thing, right? Which I think's just another polarisation, to be quite frank with you, but that's not the topic. But the birth certificate bags and tags you, man. But it also allows you to subscribe to this. Like, your ma could... your ma. Your ma. No, sorry, man. That was told you, stupid, immature, fucking... what's the word I'm looking for? Sense of humour. So, any woman that's pregnant, and you have to be a woman to be pregnant, I've heard, can stay at home, get pregnant, have the baby at home. This baby never interacts with anybody and all the services and all that shit, right? That's the agreement with the birth certificate. So if you know a fucking nurse and all that shit and you're willing to do it all yourself, you can fucking grow up. But and that's the agreement. People aren't told about it, right? That's what you get for being their fucking collateral, right? And then they take that, and this is my best understanding, and again, I might be waffling shite, but the people can take that collateral in the way of the certificates and play on the stock exchange with it, which I've heard Britain has been very, very successful at before in the past. I've been down more rabbit holes than Bugs Bunny. Oh, God's little helper, me too. That is for sure, man. See, one thing, I'm proud of myself though. right, out of all the people I was close enough to know this about, I was definitely the first one that started questioning the questioners, right? And away from that, it was more groupthink. You know, you couldn't question chemtrails, you were out the gang. You couldn't question Alex Jones, you were out the gang. That was the first one I came across. Then you couldn't question the UK column, you were out the gang. Couldn't question Tommy Robinson, you were out the gang. Because I scratched beneath the circus of all these tramps. And do you know what I found? Politics and religion. The two things you're not meant to talk about at the dinner table. That's out the window. Me couldn't talk to the dinner table if you even have one. Usually, boop, 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 here, and I don't exclude myself for that shit. So, anywho, I think I've done more than I can. So, I've got a couple of slurps of my tea left. So, anybody wants to get anything off their chest sooner rather than later. Do you know what? I'm growing a very distinguished grey spot in my ginger beard, which it looks in this light, but day to day it doesn't look as ginger as it does under that light. The ring of fire. Hold on, what's happening? Confused now. So confused. Alright, and now I've been probably missing hundreds of messages because, well, without bugging you about the technicals, what did I miss? Good day. Right, okay. I've just like hearing from someone that has a clue. Thank you. That's alright, God's little helper. I don't know if I have a clue about this shit and my own opinions, but apart from that, man, I mean, to say I've no got regrets, to say if I didn't have a fucking time machine, I wouldn't use it, go and relive my life now knowing what I know, but I need to get out of that frame of mind. I was planting some more. I can guess what that means, mate, but I don't know why I can't figure out the crazy code out. What sexy fella are you talking about? What did you miss? I broke down all the facts and figures from the last general election, showing that the Conservatives now can stand up in the cold hard light of day and say that they've got our consent to rule and to govern us, basically, right? Which takes in a lot of incantations, in charge of the financial situation, in charge of the policing situation, in charge of all the institutions which create our country. You put shit on charge. So sorry, man. So where was I? I was breaking down all the facts and figures. If later on, mate, if you want to go and hear them, you can, right? But the bottom line of it was, right, there was 12.7 million voted for the Conservatives to get them in power. That's when you break that all down and assume that the country is 66 million. That's 20%. I do know you need to go into the consideration of like different ages, so on and so forth. This is a pain in the arse. Why is that fucking chat room stop fucking working? Fuck you. But taking. But if anybody else feels like they want to, they can go and break down those figures even further and get them more refined. But it gives you a general ballpark that in this country, you only need 20 million house niggers to control your every cunt. Boom. So how much money does it take out of the wealth of the country generates to coerce 20 million folk? 13 odd million, 12 million folk to vote for you? I'd argue it's not very hard. And remember, the Conservatives, with those numbers, got in with like one of the biggest majorities in a long time. Just think of all that stuff, man. And then I'm not just offering up a problem, I'm offering a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Like, my reaction was... And my solution is... vote us, not them. Take away their consent that they imply they've got by coercing and conning people into signing a social contract, by going and participating in the elections and voting for any clown of the circus in the polling stations. Take away your consent by not doing that, but by everybody spread out, not coerce in one big place, spread out all over the UK. Everybody go to their local polling stations, stand there with one box and ask people, don't stand there, ask people, do you want to vote us, not them? And even enter into a discussion. And they're not voting for you, they're not voting for me, they're not voting for anybody. There is no singer, there is no song, there is no agenda, there is no political ideology. There is just an understanding that there's more people that hate this system, know that it doesn't work, know that it's corrupt. But people think it's corrupt. It's working perfectly. That's my fucking thing, me. And my utopia, my Ruby Red Slipper moment would be the day that we get more people at our box than their box. Then we can stand up and say, right, you've not got our consent. We're taking our ball back, we're taking our power back, and we're going over here and we're going to fucking set up shop. We're going to start our own rules up. What they are and how we figure them out, I do not know. Fuck letting me set them up, man. You'd end up with a madhouse. But in the past, what I've said is gather up all the children, get a wee Pied Piper or something, gather up all the young kids and stick them in a room and get them to figure it out, because they'll come up with a better, fairer system than fucking the shite we've got now. It's so wrapped up in red tape and fucking departments within departments within departments within departments. You can't even go to one hospital to get fucking cancer treatment up here nowadays. You get sent there for your fucking this one, you get sent there for that one, you get sent there for this one, that one and that one, and there for this one and that one, and there for that one. It's a fucking joke. And the NHS has never had so much money, son, I tell you. Right, let's see some of the chats. The chat room's actually fucking working. Aye, mate, so there's a wee fucking synopsis of what I was going on about. And remember, anybody that wants to thumbs it up, subscribe, all that shit. Well, like, mate, that's a really good idea, but you would need participation en masse, and then you would need people to patrol houses as the government send out well-paid henchmen to batter your nutting and take you to jail. Well, mate, if you like that idea, go on my channel, look at the playlist, vote us, not them, and you will see me doing it twice before. I've done it twice, mate. That's why this shit doesn't really bother me that much. I've already took my ball back. I'm just waiting for other people to join me. And I'm sick of fucking, no upsetting myself, but you know, like, fucking getting my blood levels raised with this stuff. Because, I mean, in seriousness, who knew's going to watch this? This isn't going to get watched in mass. Going onto the street and doing what I've done before, that'll get a lot more fucking views than this shit. You never know, I might even get a news crew. This time. Didn't last time. So just walking by, think it was a fucking beggar. Might have a shave this time. Stick on A nice wee fuck it. Do you know what? I might actually just do that. Stick on my wee suit and shit. And when I say wee, I don't know if I can squeeze into it. Well, I've been in touch with a few folk that do a lot of stuff in and around here in the way of activism and all that jazz. And they like the idea and stuff. So hopefully there might be a wee bit more of a participation level than last time. You know, because everybody's great in the comments saying, "Oh, come, I'll do this, I'll ride on in a unicycle, fucking blowing smoke out my arse." Very people fall through, and the people that do, I don't know, no comment. Tom Pep. You're welcome, Tom. Thanks for sticking in a wee comment. Always welcome. And I'm trying to find shit to re-enthusias. I need a thesaurus. Reinvigorate myself in regards to fucking even doing this stuff. You know, I've only actually done the 2 videos I've done today is because somebody poked me with a stick on one of my TikToks. And man, I fell down the TikTok rabbit hole, but I'm not watching it. I've made more TikTok videos than I have fucking watched, and that isn't a lie. I can't say the same about the YouTube fucking shorts though. I fell down that rabbit hole a few times, but do something. Look through all the filters on the Snapchat, bouncing ideas around your head. I want me to tell you the ideas I've got the new still to do. Yoda on your bobby, right? You'll need to tune into my TikTok to figure out what happens later on. No surrender. Let me see. You took that too far. And then I've got sour stroke lemon tits. This is me last night after too many vapes, and I've just got one cabbaged. And then I've got Cookie Monster, nothing but a stoned puppet. Divide and conquer. No, then I've went into the shit that I done later on. So I don't know. It's like it's worse than toilet humour, a lot of it. Some of it's even worse than slapstick. But you know what? I love it. There's no good football on tonight. But anywho's right. So I started at 4. That's now 5. You know, go and get myself something nice to eat. A wee treat. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Subscribe and ask for the notifications and shit. I need to get something. I need to get motivated to get something more regular, because if you're just sticking up live things randomly, it's people just don't know where you are when you are, kind of thing. So repetitivity in regards to the broadcasting time and all that is the way to go. Alright, folks, enjoy your Thursday tag. Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.